fates. It reveals the secrets of the past, the present, and what may come to be. Most would think me fortunate to own such a book, but I can only...
Let's see, who am I going to be? Whose match am I going to be casting? Probably Gojira. Get a link to the listed in here. Been a while since I get back into quick. Let's see. Message Gojira. Actually, the bracket isn't live yet. Let me see. It starts in a minute, so bracket up. Google. What? Here we go. Here is the bracket. This is gonna be the bracket. Once it goes live. Yeah, it should be live now. So let me message. So I guess Gojira and is the live. All right, I messaged one of them. Actually, no. Yeah, I think the bracket isn't live. Umbrella's grabbing a drink right now. I should probably do as well. Yeah, because if the bracket was live, then registration wouldn't still be, not still be. Oh, it's been so long since I've casted game. Especially land battle. I don't usually cast land battle. It just used to be Dom. Got my drink. Okay. Hey, what's up, big man? He's launching his game now. Pretty loaded, pretty loaded lobby we got here. I mean, you got how many in total? 20 freaking players. Jesus, this is gonna be a long tournament. It feels like. And right off the bat, Go Trek is facing off against Ever Chicken. Human Boy is playing against Big Man, and Gojira against Phoenix King. And then Green One against freaking Blood Penguin. Like, yeah, this is I'm looking forward to some of these games for sure. So bad for Ryder Rohan having to play against either Gotrek or Ever Chicken after that. Because Ever Chicken, I mean, Gotrek is pretty good, but Ever Chicken, I don't think I've ever beaten. All right, Gojira sent me the code. Oops, didn't mean to. Meant to go to spectator. If he opened a spec slot yet. Oh, I think he thinks I'm playing against him. Um, there we go. Let me get the blocker up. Oh, Mize, did you? I always forget people's YouTube names because they're always different from their actual tags. Actually, no, it can't be Umai's because Umai's is on vacation, as I remember. All right, so the actual bracket, we're gonna have Human Boy against Kaiju and Gojira against Rainy Frog for the first two matches at the very least. I don't know why Challenge or laid them out this way, but yeah, only two matches for the beginning, and then round two has the rest of them for some reason. Nonetheless, whoever wins against Gojira or Rainy Frog out of Gojira's lobby is going to be going against Gotrek, and then Kaiju against Cool Umbrella. Yeah, so Kaiju, Human Boy, then Cool Umbrella, and then we have Pigman against Phoenix, Wags against Ever Chicken, Rohan against Mossy, and then winner of this lobby against Gotrek. John, don't know who Nal is, but I'm sure their challenge names might just be different from their Discord name is. And then Penguin against KDW, and then Bujolicious against Ian Zero, which I did think I recognize Ian Zero's name. I can't recall though. Got that Dom memory, not the land battle memory. Yeah. That was just the auto-generated army, so nothing to worry about. I don't think they've picked their factions yet. Oh yeah, I should have posted it in the Friday Fight Night channel. I thought I was only, I don't know. In my mind, I thought it's just to post the stream in the content creator channel. Nonetheless, um, is it gonna be? Guessing not. What's the first map? I should have looked at that. Oh, Tourney Grounds. Okay. I do like Tourney Grounds. And the rest are Stomping Grounds, Reichland Estates, Plains of the Dead. And for the finals, it'll be Doc Haraz, River Amazon, and Sword of Torgal. By the way, Dom players do feel, excuse me, Lamb battle players do feel free to correct me at times. Um, most of my experiences with Dom, I've played Lamb Battle on Warhammer 2, but not really much in Warhammer 3 besides occasional skirmishes with some ODM spellers. Hey, what's up, Umbrella? Okay, I guess switch to Beastman. Is that their choice? Guessing so. Glad to see the land battle scene is still firmly active, considering I don't remember the last time I've seen a Dom tournament with 20 players Friday night. I mean, maybe at usually it's Turin's tournaments that get a higher amount of players, but the ones I've hosted and the ones I've seen other RTK players hosted, not even close to that many players. And maybe most sometimes. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be Lizardman versus Beastman. Awesome. I love this matchup. Now as a Lizardman player, I would have to possibly put this at. Now that this obviously again not a land battle player, so I don't. But I'm assuming when I've played in this land battle match, and from Dom, that I'd probably put this in favor of Lizardman just because of the Beastman's infantry and leadership issues. But of course, Beastmen does have utility to deal with some of the Lizardmen's monsters, so, which is one of their strongest points, obviously. But it takes work. They do have a Gorgon. I think it's got the. Am I an idiot? Has it got a Gorgon? Yeah, Gorgon. I don't know. I thought I was mixing it up with something else, but yeah, they do have the Gorgon. Oh, actually, you know what? I haven't seen them use um the Incarnate Elemental at all. So, but I think they also get some other stuff from. Oh yeah, I know this. Uh, there might be some more utility that Beastmen have now that I don't know because I haven't played against them competitively in a while, so I don't know. Um, but still, in the hands of a good Lizardman player, which I know Gojira is, they should be able to usually win it, depending on what army they decided to go with. But I like to look at both armies. Yeah, we're gonna have Krokgar against the Great Shaman Wild, and you're gonna see the Elemental Beast on the Beastman side, which is why I even thought of it, because I didn't know it was on the Beastman's roster. We're also gonna have a Gorgon and a Jabberslythe, and then the ROR Minotaurs. So he's got a lot of firepower, a lot of heavy hitting on the Beastman side. Oh, Lizardman side, we're gonna have Krokgar on his mount, with Hand of Gods, Swiftness of Itzel, and Sacred Spine. For caster, they're gonna have a Skink Priest of Beasts with just Block of Doom and Manticore. Excuse me. And then they're gonna have a Bastillodon with a Rev Crystal, and then the Colossodon Hunters. One of my favorite units on the Lizardman roster. It's just such a fantastic unit. Aside from the occasional Pterodon jank where not all of their models attack, but that's just flying units in general in Warhammer. We're gonna have the Hot Puck cohort. I feel like I butchered that. ROR Spear Riders, which have, I believe, ITP and Vanguard deployment. We're gonna have some Feral Cold ones, a Ink cohort line with 2 Saurus Spears. Some of these Ink cohorts being having the Javelin variant. Yeah, and 4 Feral Cold ones in total. Now, for the Beastman side, we're gonna have a full Ungor Chaff front line with some Ungor Raiders, then of course the throwing axes, 2, is it our version? No, just the 2 throwing axes, and Chaos Warhounds is just the 1. It's just the 1. Any other Vanguarded? Okay. And then we have the Butchers of Kalkengard, of course, which have, for those who don't know, regen, and then the Blood Greed. Actually, I think Blood Greed already comes with base Minotaurs. But yeah, they have the regen, and then of course increased stats. For the rest of the roster, we have a Gorgon, very cool unit, Incarnate Elemental of Beasts, and then the Great Bray Shaman of Wild with just Trader Cannon. So they're gonna try to be punishing those Lizardman blobs, and then Jabberslythe, which is also, again, one of my favorite units on the Beastman side. So, really, really cool, monstrous unit. Very cute. But from the bat, we're going to have the Colossodons and the Poghup cohort vanguarded. Same with the Centaurs, Rhinaxes on the right flank, or left flank for the Lizardmen. Don't ever see Krokgar really on his mount anymore. I forgot what his mount is even called at this point. Just because I don't see him that often. which is a shame, but it's just how it is because he's not as great as he was in Warhammer 2. Nonetheless, let's get right into it. Right off the bat, we're going to have the Vanguard from the Lizard inside. Ooh, a little bit of lag here. Hopefully it's not because of the spectators lot. If so, I will dip out if need be. Anyways, the Pohawk. I'm always going to butcher this. I can't say either. Pohawk are going to get onto the Chaos Warhounds. Same with the Colossodon Hunters. But unfortunately, the Chaos Warhounds, or rather fortunate for the Beastman side, is going to get away. The infantry line is looking like it might clash if the lag will let it happen. Yep, there we go. The scheme cohorts are going to... I don't know how the scheme cohorts do against Ungor Chaff, but, you know, it's a wet noodle contest mostly. We're going to have the Centaurs with throwing axes go around. I hope I don't have to leave this match because I really, really don't want it to lag for the players. Might have to... Thanks, CA, for taking out the chat. Otherwise, I would ask. Anyways, Ungor Raiders are going to be shooting into these Saurus Spears that are going to end up really fighting the Ungor Spear Herd. We're going to have, what is this, a Block of Doom thrown on top of these Ungors. Is it just, they don't only hit the Ungor and the Chaos Warhounds. We're going to have some Feral Cold Ones rear charge these Ungors and probably rout them. In the middle, these Chaos Warhounds have been routed as well. Elemental Beast has gotten into the Skink Jar, and Jabberslife is in the backline as well, also wreaking havoc. But some Feral Cold Ones are going to try to get on top of the Jabberslife. They might be able to block it, but I don't think it will. I think Beastman player is going to be able to pull it back in time. These Feral Cold Ones are aren't really doing too much at the moment. The Colossodon Hunters are sitting idly by, trying to stay away from those arrows. These Ungor Raiders have been completely routed by the Feral Cold Ones, might be broken off here soon. The Pohawk's cohort are sitting idly by while they, I guess, regen from the Revocation Crystal. Yep. The Bastillodon right now engaged with the Gorgon, but with the help of the Jabberslife as well, that Rev Crystal might not be able to fight for any much longer. But they do have sword spears here, and I believe the Gorgon... Yep, both the Gorgon and the Jabberslife don't have that great of armor, 60 and 50. So the Sword Spears can do a bit of work. Feral Cold Ones have been terrified by the Butcher of Falcon Guard. Wow, this lag is really bad. I really hope it isn't on the my side. It shouldn't be, but you know, I know how spectating and casting goes sometimes for matches. From casting so many. But the Colossal Hunters are going to get on the Centaurs with throwing axes and might be able to rout them off if the Beastman player isn't able to pull them out. But in the meanwhile, these Centaurs are going to be able to get their throwing axes into the backs of the Colossodon Hunters, which is going to be really, really great. Might be able to pick off a few models. They only have 10, so each model that gets picked off greatly affects how well they're going to be able to do. A big, what is this? Oh no, I thought that was a spell. I think it's just the Incarnamental Beast Mortis Engine and the Jabberslife's Mortis Engine going off on the Skink cohorts, and now they've been terrified. Over here, the Beastman, the Brace Shaman, is being caught up by some Feral Cold Ones, but the Butcher of Falcon Guard are going to come in and be able to easily deal with the Cold Ones. They are not going to like that fight at all. These Cold Ones, on the other hand, have gotten into the Cookie Jar and got on top of the Ungor Raiders. Same with these King cohorts. The lag isn't that bad anymore, at least hopefully it stays that way. And I say that, and then this happens. Anyway, Skink Priest is unfortunately going to get caught by that Elemental Beast. Hopefully it can get away, but I really don't think it can. I mean, what do I know? There are some Skinks here, but we'll see. We'll see if he can get away. You know, what the lag lets us watch. Gorgon has been caught by Krokgar. Nice. Really nice catch there. If he can rout them off the field, that'll be a big loss for the Beastman player. These Feral Cold Ones have been rampaged, and right... Have they been rampaged? Yeah, they are rampaged, but seem to be... Okay, I thought they were still routing, because I know the infinite rampage thing is a thing. Sometimes they won't do anything. Instead, of course, have stopped being chased by the Colossodon Hunters, and luckily they still have all their models. These Centaurs still have 10 volleys, and they still have 10 as well. The Lesmarin player, Gojira, is going to be sending the Feral Cold Ones to chase them off instead, because the Colossal Hunters could be used another place, like over here fighting the Elemental, the Incarnate. Krokar is going to successfully chase off the Gorgon. There's simply nothing else to contest that or stop that from happening. And the Elemental Beast is busy trying to get rid of that Rev Crystal, because that Rev Crystal's healing is going to be really, really important for keeping Krokar in the game. Jabber's Life is doing fairly well, hasn't been damaged very much at all. But on the other hand, no, the Beasts, the Butchers of Guard, are also fairly healthy as well. How many models do they still have? They still have their full model, 16. Very nice. These Sword Spears are doing okay. They should be able to put in a little bit of damage into the Butcher of Guard before they possibly rout them. We'll see. Berry Shaman is coming over to this side. And a Manticore is summoned by this King Priest. I had trouble there for a second. And then we have, what is this? A Traderkin, not overcasted. But it's still going to do a good amount of damage. And that also might rout the Rev Crystal. Nice thing about yeah, very true. That's the one pro lag in game. Gives the viewers an easier time to watch as well. Manticore is going to be doing some damage to the Elemental Beast. It's a summon, so it's not going to be a detriment for the Lizardman player. The Elemental Beast is also surrounded by the cohort, and though he's about to finish them off, Krokar is going to join in on the fight. And being double teamed by the Manticore and Krokar is might spell doom for him, but the Butchers of Guard are also here. Might make this fight not so easy for Krokar. We'll see. Though Incarnate Elemental Beast is down to 1700 HP, and I believe his thing is no longer procced. Yeah, he's below 25%, so he no longer has his Mortis Engine. We're gonna have some javelins also being thrown in. Yeah, that Elemental Beast is going to be saying goodbye, good night for tonight, and that's quite unfortunate for the Beastman player. Both of their anti-large utilities are gonna be off the field, leaving only the Butchers, which are good. Don't get me wrong, but they're not gonna be able to deal with Krokar on their own. Jabber's Life is a good fighter, but he's more of an anti-infantry monster. He's not going to be fighting Krokar and winning, even with the help of the Butchers, especially with Sword Spear still being up and relatively healthy. We do have some Feral Cold Ones sitting back here, still chasing after the Centaurs. They've been doing a really good job, just keeping these Centaurs away from the Lizardman's main force. Because if those Thrown Axes were able to be thrown into Krokar, then he'd be quite a lot more beat up and not able to fight off the Jabber's Life late game. I thought the Elemental Beast would go down by now, but here we go, still up, 126 HP. Will it finally go down? Will at least one of these Sword Spears even freaking hit it? I don't think it... Is it going to hit it? Come on, literally just needs 1 or 2 hits. But here comes Krokar. He's still chasing after the Jabber's Life. Elemental Beast, will you die, please? Nice. Really nice animation as it hits Krokar, but 1 HP from the Elemental Beast. What? That Elemental Beast is hanging on strong. King Cohorts chasing off some Ungor who have finally broken. The rest of these King Cohorts coming back. They still have, they don't have any javelins left. This one still has 3 javelins left, which is nice. Gonna be able to throw that into the Jabber's Life, but actually the Jabber's Life is going to attack them and possibly rout them off. Probably just 1 or 2 hits, and yep, their tank down to -5, and they might get terrified. The Centaurs also coming around. Yep, those skinks just gone. They're not even on the battlefield anymore. They went terrified and immediately shattered. Butchers of the Guard. Actually, they probably just routed for the 2nd or 3rd time, so they no longer come back anyways. Butchers running into Sword Spears, but the Colossal Hunters late game are going to prove to be a great utility piece to deal with those Butchers, because they are so incredibly fantastic, especially with their Toad Rage procced. I don't think it's procced right now, but when it does proc, those Butchers will get slaughtered. I mean, even now they're going to get they're going to take quite a bit of a beating. Centaurs, finishing off, chasing off the rest of these skinks left on the field. These Cold Ones are still chasing, and same with these Cold Ones finally caught their target and are going to have a fight with the Centaurs. Great Shaman is still up. Krokar is relatively healthy, little less than half HP. Actually, no, about Yeah, about half HP. So he's doing fairly well, because I usually, at this point, I don't see Krokar being as healthy with how much anti-large capability that the Beastman has from the throwing axes and from, say, such a units like the Gorgon. We're going to have Flopadoon overcasted and thrown on top of all these Beastman units, the Senegors, the Great Shaman, and the Butchers of Kalkengard. That's going to be really nice. The Colossadon Hunters are routed. Only 5 models left. They took a big beating. Not entirely sure from what. Maybe from both the Butchers and the Senegors targeting them. But nonetheless, this Jabberslythe is going to be going off the field now, thanks to Krokar. 278 kills, 1100 value. Very nice from the Jabberslythe. Colossadon Hunters, how they do? 26 kills, 940 value. They did okay. They didn't have too many good targets. They were chasing after Senegors. And possibly could have been held back and used against, say, the Jabberslythe or the Gorgon. But nonetheless, they did okay. And it looks like it, in terms of units left, the Lizardman side does have a little bit of advantage, but the Butchers are coming back and they are regenerating health. How are they doing so far? 2200 value. Very, very nice by the Butchers. They probably were the reason why the Colossadon Hunters got taken down, but I'm not entirely sure. Nonetheless, they've done extremely well. To 2300 now. They're gonna catch on to these cold ones. Will they finish them off with just 1100 HP? I'm not sure. I mean, we'll see. Probably not, because the Sword Spears are gonna recharge them and finish them off, I think. The Skinks also being charged with the Senegors. Probably not gonna live very long. Krokar is hunting for that Great Shaman booty. Probably gonna be able to catch it. I think he only has, let me see, 77 speed, 75. Yeah, I'll probably be able to catch it, especially with the charge bonus. Yep, and there we go. That Great Shaman is going to be routing, and that balance of power is going to be going in the Lizardman's favor. Especially with that army losses proccing. Yeah, I love Krokar. Really, really appreciate seeing Krokar again. 22,000 value for Krokar. Very nice. I don't think I saw a single hand of the Gods proc, but I'm sure it did decent work, maybe. 940 value from the Colossadon, 700 value from the cohort. You know, fairly okay value across the board. Gorgon, unfortunately, kind of got dumpstered. 640 value. That's really, really rough. You really want that Gorgon to be paying off more. But 1200 value for the Elemental Beast. And 1100 value for the Jabberslythe, who did a little bit better than the other two. As for a monster. Same with the Butchers. The Butchers are fantastic. I mean, always a reliable unit. 1600 value for the Great Shaman. Probably got some really good Traderkins. And that was a really good game. I think it's... So, that'll be it. Human Boy won his game against Kaiju. Oh, and let me... Yeah. Okay, so they were going at the same time. I was wondering what was going on. So, yeah, Human Boy won against Kaiju. Gojira against Frog. John won against Now. And Bujalicious won against Ian. See what else? Great game. Really good start to the I don't know whose match hasn't begun yet. Let's I'll see if I think Human Hummus's build is, fight has already started. Let me see Rojas. Let me see. I could hop into the Discord real. Let me also read. All right, I was just meeting there. I was trying to see if anybody in the Discord lobby had a lobby open. But for now, Bootylicious is gonna send me their replay against Ian. So let's check that out real quick. Thanks to Bootylicious. All right, yeah. So we're gonna have Bootylicious on BC and Ian Zero on the Lizardman. One bringing Mazda Mundi and they're bringing Kemmler. Because we also have the Colossus Hunters again, which, you know, obviously I don't mind seeing them again, but this time we're gonna have 2 Rev Crystals. And the ROR, what are they called again? I don't ever see these guys. The Cohort of Huatl? Yeah, I've never seen the Sacred Proxigor ROR. Yeah, right off the bat, we're gonna have Henrik Kemmler. What does he have on him? Raised Dead, Invocation of Nahak, sort of. He has Querelle, and then Cloak of Mist of Shadows, and then Undead Resurgent. Front line of zombies, some Graveguard, and the Stearnsman Graveguard ROR with 2 Great Weapon Graveguard and the Varix Reavers Black Knight ROR, and the 2 units of Crypt Horrors, 3 units of Crypt Horrors, and then a Corpse Cart with Bellfire and a normal Corpse Cart. For the Lizardman side, we're going to have some Skink Skirmishers, just 2, and then we're going to have some Saurus Spears, 2 on the flanks, 3 Saurus Warriors with shields, 2 Rev Crystals, the ROR Sacred Croxigors, and some more spears in the back along with the Colossus and the Hunters. So let's just see how this goes. We're going to have a zombie summon right off the bat, just blocking up those Skink Skirmishers, trying to get that fire going into them instead of their more high valued pieces. I also never see the Varix Reavers. They have regen and then that's it. Okay. Yeah, a lot of the older old world RORs kind of get left behind in terms of abilities when you compare them to the newer RORs. But yeah, you know, not bad to have a cab with regen. Plus, we're just gonna have the zombies do up some of these, or rather, get on top of these Saurus warriors, trying to tire them a bit. We're gonna have the Crypt Warriors also join in on the fight. Rev Crystal as well. Saurus Spears are going to be blocked up by zombies, or rather, the Saurus Spears are going to block the zombies from getting on top of this King Skirmisher. We're going to have some Graveguard go around the flank. The Sacred Croxagores are going to get in and start chewing on these zombies a bit. The zombies are not going to be long for this world. The Rev Crystal getting on top of the Graveguard, and with the help of the Colossadon Hunters and Saurus Spears, those Graveguard are going to have a bit of a tough time, but they will last quite a while. They have 36 melee defense, and they do have some other chaff coming in, like the Skeleton Warriors, and then, of course, the Corpse Cart. These Cryptors got absolutely destroyed by the Colossadon Hunters. I mean, that low armor really bit them in the butt. 30 armor, and then the melee defense of 30 just really, really sucked. For them. The Varix Reavers are going to get on top of these King Skirmishers, and really good play there by the Vampire Counts player, making sure they aren't able to shoot in. We're going to have the Shield of, what is it, Shield of Old Ones? I was going to say Sotek. Shield of the Old Ones popped right on top of the Saurus, and hopefully keep that Rev Crystal from being chopped apart by Krell. We also have the Corpse Cart healing up all of these undead units, these zombies. Krell is just going to be cleaving into some of these Saurus warriors. In the meantime, these Cryptors are going to be pulled out, and hopefully these Crosscore are going to be pushing. We're going to push a little too far, allowing the VC to punish them. You're going to pull out these ones, and then bring in these other ones to possibly get on top of them, and maybe surround those fake Crosscores. These Colossadon Hunters might need to be pulled out. They are going to be taking a bunch of damage that they don't need to be. There's no really great targets here for them besides the Corpse Cart, and that's not what they're really prioritizing at the moment. We're going to have the, what is it called again? I do not remember. The Brunation of Cities thrown on top of the Stearnsmen, which is pretty good damage. The Stearnsmen are being helped by the Cryptors, but as you can see, they're taking quite a bit of damage, only going down to 49 HP at the moment. Hold on, I may have some issues with my dogs at the moment. One second. Unfortunately, it's just dogs being dogs. Let's get back right into it. So, Mazda, I didn't even notice that he wasn't on his mount, but he does have comment Apotheosis, Ruination Banishment, and Shield of the Old Ones, which he hasn't used the Banishment yet. I think, unless he comes with 2 uses, I think he might have used one done. But yeah, these Colossadon Hunters only down to 6 models after being left in melee combat with all these infantry. Again, they're more like a shock anti-large unit. They're supposed to be thrown in and then pulled right out after they finish their job. We're gonna have, what is this? There's a Shield of the Old Ones to stop whatever it is, but oh, here we go. What is it? Comet? Probably a comet, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's a comet. Gonna go down on these Graveguard. But actually, the Shield of the Old Ones is to help the Saurus Warriors stay in combat as the Graveguard get demolished by that comet. Very nice, very, very, very nice cast by the Blizzardman player. Spore Spirit just holding back all of this chaff, rocking up to 220 kills right now. The Varix Reavers have done fairly well, 100 kills, getting those King Skirmishers off the field as they recharge into these as well. Just not letting the Lizardman players skirmish at all and get onto those big targets. Colossadon Hunters still up, six models, and then they're going to be able to still be held up by the Rev Crystal if it's still around. Yes, it is still around, and not going anywhere anytime soon. The Colossadon Hunters are going to get on top of the Corpse Cart, which is a nice pick. I think Toad Rage just popped as well. But the issue is that the Graveguard's here. So they're going to be trying to get on top of the corpse cart, but those Graveguard are going to be causing them to take more damage than they need to, as they're not meant to fight those. And Varix Reavers are going to get a nice charge, though, on the Sword Spear. Another Ruination cities on top of... What was it? On top of these zombies? I kind of missed it, unfortunately, but I think it did damage to these. Yeah, it did damage to these Graveguard as great weapons as well. It's just a big, big mosh pit on this side. That's just... Actually, I'm not sure how well this is going on this side. We do have some Sword Spears and Skink Skirmishers. Skink Skirmishers. We're going to have a Banishment on top of these Graveguard, which might push them into crumbling. I'm not entirely sure. It's going to have -4. They're drained. Yep, they're starting to crumble. Nice, really nice banishment. And it did fairly well. It did not move too much. It stayed in the center where those Graveguard were. Unfortunate for the Vampire Count side. And where is he picking a fight with Mazdamundi? He's kind of fighting off a little more he can chew. Not that Mazdamundi's a good fighter, but the Rev Crystal is there as well. Though, to be fair, he's not taking much damage. This is another comment by the Lizardman player. Yes, it is. Comment right on top of these Graveguard, and it does a little bit of damage. Mostly gets rid of those skeleton warriors and kind of does a bit of friendly fire on those Sword Spears. Yeah, the Sword Spears are going to be routing, and we do still have the Sternsmen. They're regenning. They still have 63 models, and they're going to be regenning even more, just sitting idly back. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be going in the Vampire Count's favor. We only have 2 units of Swords still left. One Spear unit being relatively healthy, but the other just about to rout. And the other Rev Crystal, I didn't even notice him, but he's been off doing whatever back here. Unfortunately being chased by Graveguard right now, and away from where he needs to be. These King Skirmishers have been caught up by zombies, unfortunately. And what is this going to be? Another zombie summon on top of these Sword Spears. Again, tying them down. Cavalier's going to be able to get away and not take any damage, or much more damage from this engagement. Yeah, it just seems like it's going to go in the hands of the Vampire Counts now, unless anything changes, which I don't think anything will, because these Cryptors are going to be able to deal with the Stillidon most likely. And there's not a whole lot that the Lizardman player can do about it at the moment. Rev Crystal is coming back, but it's going to be encircled by these Cryptors as well. These Graveguard are going to stop those swords from coming to help. And yeah, looks like it's just going to be a big old mosh pit that it's going to go in the favor of the Vampire Count. Another good fight. Varix Reavers did well. 1100 value. Very, very nice. The Stars have been not a whole lot in value, but they did fantastic at holding back a lot of those Saurus units and just chopping through them. Great weapons did great too. 1400 value. Cryptors did okay. Nothing too spectacular there. Saurus just chewing through zombie chaff. 300 kills from these Saurus spears. As the money got 2600 value, which is great. More than paid for himself, considering that he wasn't on his mount. And then, how did the ROR do? 1400 value. They did it okay. Let's say I see the application, but it did okay. Yeah, very interesting to see them. 1100 value on the Clausen Hunters, and then yeah, rest of the board. But yeah, that goes in the way of Bougelicious. See about the rest of. I think yeah, Human Boy has a game up. Thanks to Bougelicious for that replay. Appreciate it. Where's Human Boys? I'm guessing Rat. Nope. Let me see. Do. Before I join. Um. 1, 2, 3. I was guessing 1, 2, 5. All right. All right. Yeah, we're gonna have Human Boy against Pigman. And is it gonna be VC? I'm guessing not. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like it's Human Boy on VC. I didn't know he played VC. Very cool. And then yeah, it looks like Pigman is gonna play Dark Elves because this looks like a layout, a proper army layout. Interesting. Yeah, this is gonna be on the Reichland Estates, so let's see how this goes. From what I recall, I think this is a fairly open map. Yeah. So VC is gonna have a lot of open spaces to bombard with their artillery. A lot of cover for the Dark Elf side. Now this one, I don't know how well it goes for either side. I'm gonna guess that's more so in the favor of, take off the blocker, more so in the favor of Dark Elves, but I'm not sure about how much, and I'm just guessing that simply because Dark Elves are such a well-rounded faction. But we do have Count Noctilus, so that might change that. And then he's up against Lokir Fellheart. I think I spied a Necrofix off Colossus, but I'm not entirely sure. Paying too much attention. No, I'm just sorely disappointed. There is no Necrofix, but I don't know why I thought I saw one. But I'm guessing because I'm so used to seeing Count Noctilus with a Necrofix, double Necrofix. But it's been so long since that's happened, so I don't know where my mind is or where my vision went there. Nonetheless, we do have a bunch of crabs. Rather, we have one set of crabs and a bunch of animated hulks, which I do love. Animated hulks are great, fantastic, ever since they got buffed a long time ago, long time ago. I'm not sure if they ever got changed again after that, but nonetheless, we do have the Lamprey's Revenge, ROR, Rotting Prometheans, which are freaking fantastic. I don't know what's wrong with the unit card. What? Why is it like that? Nonetheless, they have regen and fairly good AP missiles at 12 AP. And then, of course, they have those great Rotting Promethean stats at 120 armor and then really, really good melee stats. They're essentially the trees, or what are they called in Wodale side? I know they're trees. I just can't think of it, but they're good. They hold really, really well, as opposed to something like the animated hulks, which are just for getting in, doing a bunch of damage, and getting out. Kind of like the wow, I cannot think of anything today. Kind of like ogres, I guess. For the lack of a better comparison, scurvy dogs. 2 scurvy dogs, 4 in fact, and then we're gonna have the black spot ROR, gunnery mob handguns, and then we're gonna have 4 regular handguns, and then a bunch of deckhand mobs with 2 bombers. Black Arc Corsairs, and then a bunch of bleak swords for the Dark Elf side, some dark shards with shields, and then some Cold One Knights, 3 total, with Dark Riders with shields, 2, and then a Reaper Bolt Thrower to help deal with any crabs or cannons, etc. Now, for the caster, we do have a Sorceress of Fire who has Fireball and Burning Head. I forgot to do that. I forgot to check for the vampire count side. What does Noctilus have? He just has his Dial, Wraith Storm, and Invocation, right? Oh, and then Melkoth, because Melkoth is great. Actually, he doesn't have his Dial. Huh. Nonetheless, Wraith Storm thrown on top of those Dark Shard does really good damage. Knocks off quite a few models. We're gonna see a Burning Head on top of the Black Spot. Gonna do pretty good, yeah. Even with that bit of dodge there by the Vampire Coast player. Gonna go into the Animated Hulks, but it doesn't do anything really. We have some Cold One Knights going around each flank, and the handguns are gonna turn around and start firing into them, do a little bit of damage because their shields are turned away. The Dark Shards are going to start shooting into the deckhand mobs. This deckhand mob is going to be stopped, blocked by Lokir. And there's going to be a little friendly fire probably from the gunner handguns. That bomber volume into the Bleak Swords, of course. Bombers are freaking nuts. Are we going to get another volley before they get engaged? Probably not. Maybe. Direwolves are going to get into the cookie jar. One's going to go around and get on top of these Dark Shards. This one's going on top of this Dark Shard as well. But we do have these Dark Riders to get rid of them. Dark Shards should be able to hold on until the Dark Riders get in. These bombers get a volley into the Bleak Swords, but they're already disintegrating. Same with this one, rather crumbling. And the Bleak Swords are going to get on top of them. Animated Hulks are going to come in, though, and might be able to deal with the Bleak Swords. We're going to have a Burning Head on top of these gunnery mob. Is Demon Boy going to notice? Nope. And even then, it's too late. It eviscerates through that handgunner, and then it gets to the other pirate deckhand mob. Very, very nice lineup from that Burning Head. The Reaper Bolt Thrower, what is its target right now? It's shooting into the Black Spot. Very nice. And then we're also going to have the Cold One Knights rear charging, which might get them to start crumbling as well. Good catch from Pigman. But the thing is, Black Hawk do have some anti-large capabilities. And not only that, but these handguns are going to turn around and start shooting as well. So those Cold One Knights are going to take a lot of damage for that catch. These Cold One Knights are going to get on top of these Animated Hulks. Very nice catch there. The Animated Hulks aren't going to last very long. They don't have that great of melee defense. These Scurvy Dogs are going to be chased off by these Dark Riders. What are we going to have here? Another Wraith Storm on top of these. Yep, Wraith Storm on top of these Dark Shards. It's going to do a little bit of damage. Not bad. And they're going to also be chased by these Scurvy Dogs and Animated Hulks. Very nice. We're going to have a Melkoth thrown on top of these Dark Riders. Slow them down a little bit, hopefully, so the Scurvy Dogs can get away. And not only that, but that damage accumulated on top of the Dark Riders could end up, could help with that engagement. Then we're going to have these handgunners caught by these Cold One Knights. But the thing is, these Handgun Hooks have recharged them possibly, and are possibly going to get rid of these Cold One Knights. So even if the Vampire Coast player loses these handguns, that means one less Code One Knight for their side, for the Dark side. These handgunners, on the other hand, have been caught by these Dark Riders, which is quite unfortunate. But maybe once the Animated Hooks have finished with these Cold One Knights, they'll be able to save the handguns. I don't know, though, because they are in critical binding. These handguns have been caught by these Cold One Knights, but unfortunately are luckily going to be freed by these other handgunners, who are going to be Burning Head. Will that finish them off? I'm not sure, but even if it does, it does curve a little bit, so that might save them. And any invocation thrown on top of them will be really, really helpful at bringing them back. They do have 71 models still. Animated Hulks are finally crumbling and about to be finished off. But the issue is that these Cold One Knights are still being held back by the few models left, which means these handguns can get some nice damage into them. And that is going to be accumulating very quickly. But the Cold One Knights are going to get their charge in and possibly finish off those handgunners. These handgunners are being caught by these other Dark Riders. In the back of the Dark Elf side, we do have some Animated Hulks finishing off the rest of these Dark Riders, or rather they are now they're passing past them, but the Scurvy Dogs are going to be able to chase off the rest of them. One of these is completely shattered, and these are routing, and these are routing as well. Not too many models left. The Reaper Bolt Thrower is offline now, I believe. I think the crew is off somewhere else. These Dark Riders have been routed off completely by these Scurvy Dogs. These Dark Shards are going to be possibly caught by these Scurvy Dogs if the Human Boy notices. If not, it might be incidental that it does damage to the Dark Shards. That's actually funny. It accidentally runs through them, causing them to rout these Black Ark Corsairs. Or it might just have been their presence. Nonetheless, Black Ark Corsairs are coming back, but they only have 37 models, and they are wavering at -7 leadership. So they might, they're just going to rout again. Lokir Felheart is catching on to good old Noctilus here, but Noctilus luckily has his friends here, the Emperor's Revenge, and animated Hulks. And the Leopard Revenge are very freaking deadly when it comes to fighting lords because those shotgunners at close range, Jesus, that damage adds up really quickly. And Low Careful Art is probably not going to escape from there. I think he's done for. These Cold One Riders, eventually, are these the same? These Cold One Knights, rather, are these the same ones from earlier? Have they just been dealing extremely? Have they been up the entire time, even with the animated Hulks dealing with that? Or is this one from earlier? I think it's one from over here, maybe. Nonetheless, these handgunners are still up. This one's completely gone. And though this one has 800 HP left, and they're still doing damage into these Bleak Swords. These Bleak Swords are gone. So this is definitely looking like this is going to be going in the favor of the Vampire Coast. I mean, what all they have left is Lokir. Yeah, they have Lokir and then the Sorceress with just one Bleak Sword left. Yeah, this is definitely the end for the Dark Elves. Unfortunately. The Black Orc Corsair is here. I mean, what was that? The Wravethorn on top of the Sorceress? I mean, the Sorcerers can't have too much wins, right? Left, because they've been throwing burning heads left and right. Oh yeah, Lokir, yeah, he's not getting out of this. He did finish, I mean, he's causing these animated Hulks around at least. But yeah, good match from both players. Very nice to see Human Boy on VC. I haven't seen him play Coast at all. Yeah, 1400 value on the Lampreys Revenge. Yeah, they just, of course, did fantastic. One of the best units on the Ghost roster. I am 900 value for Nautilus. Crazy to see him not with like a million value, but he wasn't on his Necrofax. 800 value here, 1000 value on Scurvy Dogs. Very nice. There was just a lot of Scurvy Dogs and for the Dark Elf player to have to deal with. I know they had the Dark Riders, but there's only 2 of them, first of all. And Cold One Knights were busy dealing with the animated Hulks. And not only that, but the handgunners too. So the Dark Elf player just had a lot of stuff to deal with. So unfortunately, the Dark Shards were not able to do a whole lot. They did okay, but definitely there was too many things for the Dark Elf player to have to deal with. Riverbolt Thrower, yeah, 100 value. Oh, what did the look here do? 1000? Not bad for a Footlord, who just mainly is just there for infantry killing. And then 700 value from the Forces of Fire. Very nice. Very nice match from both players. Yeah, the summons make it hard, really, really, really hard. Either way, like even if they didn't have to deal with the handgunners and the animated Hulks, they still would have had all those summons to deal with. And it's just really, really rough with that many shard spam, with that shard spam. Umbrella sent me their game with Human Boy. Let me cast that in quick. To fill the time slot real quick. I also might not need to because Rohan's already here. Oh, let me switch that. I know, neither of these players, most of these players aren't the type to stream snipe. If I'm, from what I've seen of them, they are all fairly good folk. But nonetheless, just in case. Yeah, I won't need. I don't think I'll need to cast that because this lobby's already filled. So I do want to catch a Blood Penguin game, but I don't think I will be. There's just so many games going on right now, especially with that many freaking players. And this one is gonna be on the. Is it gonna be on the Kahara Desert? Yeah, the Plains of the Dead. So what are the brackets looking? So far we have Human Boy who beat Pigman. Phoenix King locks the Pigman, which resulted in them playing, huh? Or rather, I didn't get to see that. Ever Chicken beat Wags, and Ever Chicken actually lost to Ryder. Wow, good job, Ryder. Ever Chicken is no joke. Patrick lost to Gojira, and now is going to be going up against John. John, who beat Na Inish, and the Blood Penguin. Oh, they lost to KW. Wow. I don't know who KW is, but I'm assuming they're good if they can beat Blood. Pugilistas beat Ian Zero, and then now they're up against KEW. Are we gonna have Skaven and tiles? I wouldn't be surprised unless um, neither would want to ban each other's mains because neither the High Elves or Skaven are like OP or anything worthy of a ban. The only reason you'd want to ban them really is because that particular person is good at that faction. But it should be a good match. I haven't seen Skaven and High Elves too often. I'd assume it's more in the hands of the High Elves, just because they have so much to deal with, so many options to deal with what the Skaven have. They have Reaper bolt throwers to snipe out any artillery that the Skaven have. They have very cheap, effective cav to deal with any wolf rats, and they have a lot of arrows, or a lot of ranged, and what are they called again? I forgot what those ROR. What is it? Dragon Princes? The ROR Dragon Princes god, but nonetheless they have those as well to deal with any anti-large targets, which I see the high elf player did not bring. But you know, they have other options besides that. That's just right off the top of my head. Warplock. We have 2 Warplock Giselles. Full 4 Rat Ogres, 3 Globadiers, some Eshin Triads. I love some Eshin Triads. They're very cool. Warp Grinders, which are very good at locking down Cav. There's some Wolf Rats with Poison, and then a bunch of Skaven Slave Spears. For the Lord, though, we have a Gracier of Ruin with Scorch, Warpstorm Scroll. I've never seen this before, or rather, ever seen it used. Maybe Human Boy brought this because he knows that Rohan is a type to bring Phoenixes often, so it affects flying units specifically. The Unholy Clamor ability, which is great, Warp Lightning, and then Howling Warp Gale. For the High Elf side, for Rider Rohan, we have Tyrion, of course, because they love Tyrion so much. If you're ever seeing their Twitter or their art, they would die for Tyrion if they could. Sunfang, of course. We have 2 Silver Helms, I'm guessing, and then a bunch of, I saw Reaver. Yeah, just a bunch of these Reaver Archers. Wait. Is this all the army? Yeah, this is just the entire army. 4 Reaver Archers, 3 Bolt Throwers, Elithmar Chariots, the Flamespire Phoenix, and then the Great Eagle. And then the Mage of Beasts, which just has Flock of Doom and Curse of Eren here. We're running here, or whatever. Who cares? This is funny that he's using the Great Eagle because just the other day I was seeing a little bit of hate from Ryder Rohan about the Great Eagles, and to be fair, I don't like the Great Eagles either, so. Yeah, interesting army. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it, but yeah. Here's a very normal, standard, well-made army, and then we have whatever Ryder has developed here. Whatever strategy he's concocted. And then Bougie sent me their replay against KDW. Nice. Appreciate not having to reach out for this stuff. Do the warp grinders still have that limit on, like, I think 1 or 2? I think it's just 1, isn't it? You can only bring 1 warp grinder, or is it 2? I don't know why they limit. I mean, they're okay. They're not great enough to limit it to just 1 or 2, though. I'm guessing C hasn't touched that at all. I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, see how's seeing how even have no artillery and high elves do. These given are gonna be having to move up a bit. The what's gonna be targeted by the Eagle Bolt Archers? Is it just gonna be the warp logs? Yeah, it's gonna be the warp logs. Gonna be shot by the single fire, and they're gonna be picking off models. Even Slave Spears are gonna be being attacked by the bully squad here. 2 Phoenixes and Tyrion. Here come the Rat Ogres as well, and those Globadiers are going to be throwing in their shots into the Silver Helms, which is going to be going to be doing a lot of freaking damage. Yeah, that great Eagle is going to be also be hit by that Warp Squirrel, whatever the hell it's called, and it's going to be doing a bit of damage. Same with the Fire Phoenix. Yeah, that's gone definitely more so in the hand of the Skaven side. We're going to have a Flock of Doom, is it? Yeah, on top of the Warplock Giselles over here. The other ones took quite a bit of damage. Oh my god, they're another 15 models. Yeah, those Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers are doing substantial damage to them. I didn't know they were so quite effective at picking off models. The Reaver Archers haven't unfortunately been caught by the Wolfgrats, I'm guessing, or the Skaven Slave Spears, I'm not entirely sure. Silver Helms are also engaged with the Poison Will Globadier, same with these Reaver Archers. And the Rat Ogres. Unfortunately, these Reaver Archers have been routed, and these Wolf Rats are going to be able to get into the cookie jar on top of these Bolt Throwers. This other one got into the other one. The other one got into the other one. Wow, what a sentence. This other Bolt Thrower got routed off, and this one's about to be routed off as well, and these Rat Ogres are possibly going to get into these. Actually, there's a bit of Reaver Archers here. I don't know what... Is it the routed one? I'm not entirely sure here. Oh, no, they're here. But now they are routed up completely. These Reaver Archers are going to be tackling into the Skaven Spear. And shouldn't be having any trouble getting rid of them. Unfortunately, the Great Seer is being targeted by the squad, but he has some backup here. He has the Warp Grinders, and he has these Rat Ogres to protect him. Yeah, that Great Eagle is going to be probably deleted by this next volley if the Poison Wing Globadiers turn around and see them, or target them. These Warlock Giselles need to turn around and start shooting. These Skaven Slave Spears will be brought over. But honestly, Human Boy probably doesn't need to worry too much. I don't think, unfortunately, Ryder might have been expecting this army, so looking like it's definitely going to be a little easier for this gaming side to win at the very least. Reaver Archers, what are they shooting at right now? They're just shooting at some Skaven Slave Spears. Yeah, just have a bunch of remnants of Bolt Throwers sitting idly by. Rat Ogres chasing off some Reaver Archers. This Great Eagle is coming back. Let me see that volley. Wow, did nothing. I mean, it did a little bit, I guess, but the damage from the poison is going to proc. So I'm sure that Great Eagle won't last very long, even against Poison Wing Globes in combat. Yeah, I don't know what that layout was used to be against, but unfortunately, yeah, this Human Boy's army was just too well composed for that one to win, or rather have a chance at winning. Tyrion and his squad unfortunately got battered down. The Phoenix got absolutely deleted. They only have 166 value. Silver Helms. I let the March Chariot. I didn't even see that thing, but it's gone. It was just gone, I guess, really quickly. 800 value. Yeah, really quick game. let's see. I guess I can cast. Actually, let me see the bracket real quick, just in case. Yeah, Human Boy is going to be in the finals, and CoolUmbrella's is going to be going against the winner of Gojira and John. And in the meanwhile, I can cast. Let's see. I can cast Umbrella versus Human Boy. All right. So, let me get a drink here real quick. For the Tomb King side, we're going to be having Arkin Black with, let's see, where's he at? With Spirit Leech, Fate of Buna, no surprise there, Tomb Blade, Staff from the Gash, and the Libra Mortis. Frontline is going to be Skeleton Spears with Mecha Horror Warriors. We do have one Skeleton Warrior in the back. 3, 4 Shopti, some Necker Horror Horsemen on the left flank, 2 on each flank, I believe. Yep, and then a bunch of Carrion, 2 on each flank as well. For this game inside, we're going to have Great Seer Ruin again with Scorch, Death Frenzy, Unholy Clamor, and wait, why does it say 2 Scorch? What's going on here? Must be a bug. Rat Ogres, a bunch of Rat Ogres, and then we're going to have some Poison Wind Globes, and Plague Monks. Love me some Plague Monks, barely get to see them. Warp Lightning Cannons, which get a shot into these Ushapti, and then we're going to have some Skaven Slave Spears protecting them. Wolf Rats with Poison, how many are those? How many do we have of those? Is it just me 2? There can be 2, and then we're going to have 2 Rat Ogres, 4 Rat Ogres in total, and 2 Poison Wind Globes. Oh, and then a Warplock Giselle, sorry about that. These Wolf Rats are going to be routed off by these Necro Horsemen, but the Rat Ogres have caught them in combat as well, so they'll beat the brakes off of them. These Wolf Rats are being finished off by these Necro Horsemen as well. Carrion land on top of the Wart Lightning just to get them to stop shooting, but the Skaven Slave Spears should be able to get rid of them eventually. These Skaven Slave Spears are coming over here to deal with this Carrion, so the Warplock Giselles can start shooting again. The Warp Lightning Cannons are shooting into the Shopti still. Only lost 1 model so far. Poison Wind Globes are unfortunately being disrupted by these Carrion. Very, very bad for the Globadiers. But these Rat Ogres, who could be helping them, are unfortunately dealing with the Horsemen. The Skaven Infantry has been routed on this side, but a very, very nice Scorch on top of the Skeleton Spearmen. Going to do quite a bit of damage, actually put them into crumbling status. This Carrion help, or rather chasing off these, or attempting to chase off these Poison Wind Globes, but the Plague Monks, who have dealt with the Necro Horsemen, will be able to help with that. Same with these Rat Ogres. Once Human Boy notices that they're idle, once he also notices that these Rat Ogres are idle, he'll be able to charge into these Ushapti because they're, yep, there we go. They're going to get a counter charge. Going to be able to possibly rat them off with the help of the Even Lord. These Ushapti are chasing off the Warp Lightning Cannon crew, and these Carrion are dealing with the Warplock Giselles. On the right side flank, we have some Necro Horsemen who have broken through the front line. These Skaven Slaves are still holding, that's funny. We have these Necro Horsemen broken through the front line, are going to be coming over here to deal with these Skaven Slave Spears and even the Rat Ogres. While these Skaven Slave Spears are coming over actually here to help get rid of these Carrion who have gotten on the Warp Lightning Cannon again, unless it's the same one. Finally, these Rat Ogres finish off those Horsemen. Grey Seer is being targeted by Ushapti at the moment, but they've got their brakes beaten off by the Rat Ogres. Arkin is here, but he might want to get his butt out of there, as considering his Ushapti are being killed, finished off. Over here, it seems like the Skaven have done fairly well at keeping up their Poison Wind Globes. These Poison Wind Globes are going to be able to shoot into the Ushapti and do some damage. But these and also with the help of these Rat Ogres, the Ushapti are not going to live long. Warp Lightning Cannon crew is unfortunately being finished off by this Carrion, but they've done what they could. And their leave isn't going to be too big of a hit. These Warp Lightning are still able to shoot, fortunately, and they're still shooting in at these Ushapti. A nice Scorch thrown on top of these Skeleton Spearmen to get them into crumbling status as well, I believe. Yep, they're crumbling. Very nice. Actually, what happened to these Rat Ogres? The Rat Ogres actually got finished off. Oh, it's because of these Skeleton Spearmen. Yeah, the Rat Ogres managed to able to rat off those Rat Ogres. Very nice. Great Seer should get out of that fight. Not gonna like being surrounded by Skeleton Spearmen and then being hit by Arkin, who's not a great duelist, but still. Warp Lightning Cannon crew coming back to try to get on top of that, on top of those cannons. Racer being Spirit Leeched and chased by Arkin and the Spearmen. These Even Slay Spears might be able to get on top of the Skeleton Spearmen and save the Great Seer with these Plague Monks, but the issue is dealing with Arkin, which I guess these Rat Ogres can help with. The Scorch is going to be thrown on top of these Skeleton Spearmen. Actually finish them off, practically. They're crumbling, 1400 HP. Another Scorch going... oh yeah, you know what? Isn't the other Scorch a bound spell? That's what I'm thinking of. That's probably why he has 2. Nonetheless, Skeleton Spearman get on top of the Skaven Slaves. But Rat Ogre's going to come in and help deal with that. Great Seer is being Spirit Leeched to death. Unfortunately, that is the life of Skaven Lords. They get Spirit Leeched to death or picked off by whatever Lord that the opponent has. These Poison Wind Gloves coming back 20 models, which can be very, very important in the late game. But overall, in terms of the battlefield, we have overwhelming amounts of Skaven still left. Really, the only thing left that the Tomb King's side have are some Crumbling Spearmen and some normal Skeleton Warriors along with Arkin. Unless he has any left on his Tomb Blade, which it says he has 3 uses, so yeah, he may not have used them yet. Unless that's bugged out. Could mean that he still has some infantry that he could pull out his butt. But unless, I mean, the death of the Great Seer could break some of these units around, but doesn't seem like it. Yeah, Arkin's gonna get a massive hit from the Warp Lightning. Yikes. Oof, and another one. Yeah, that is... Bye-bye, Arkin. Get owned. Yikes. Those Warp Lightning Cannon shots, my god. 1700 value for Arkin. Okay value for the shop. They were mostly getting picked off by Warp Lightning Cannons and Poison Wind Globes, and not only that, but having to deal with the Rat Ogres as well. They were having a tough time. Plague Monks did fantastic, of course. Just chewing through Skeleton Shaft. Ogres did okay. 800 value here. 100 value on this one. 1000 value on the other one. 1500 value on this Warp Lightning Cannon. 1200 value on this one. Yeah, they did really great. They were just sniping at Ushabti all game. The Carrion, Umbrella did a good job with getting those Carrion on top of them and getting them to stop firing. But at the same time, you know, same with the Horsemen as well. But at the same time, the Human Boy's Rat Ogre play and his protection of his cannon and artillery, his range units was just top tier. He did really well protecting them. Unfortunately, the jail suffered, but them to suffer, the others bloomed. 300 value here, 500 value here. Yeah, not bad. Not bad value all around. Yeah, that was a really, really good game. Love that. And then Bougelicious has a slot open. Sweet. That blocker. Let's see. I'm guessing. That one. I mean, I guessed right, rather. Rats is OP. Honestly, S tier factions, even Lizardman, everything, everybody else, trash tier. What are the last maps? So yeah, we have okay, it's Doc Res, River Amazon. Okay, I already saw these. Yeah, yeah we're gonna have Gojira against Boujalicious. Not sure if they were waiting for me, but I know Gojira was still in his last match when I started casting that replay, so maybe he just finished. If you don't play Skaven or Lizardman, then your opinion is irrelevant. I'm sorry for everybody else. Lanesh mains who don't exist. Warriors of Chaos mains. Even your opinion is worth even less than the rest of the other faction mains. Green skin mains can hang though. They're pretty cool. Pretty cool guys. Honestly, that made it more exciting, so I'm glad you did that. The Skaven deserve a win for once. They've been beat up too many times. Um, Warriors of Chaos have always been one of my nemesis factions. I really, really do not like playing against them. Let me see what we're rocking. Is it Vampire Counts versus Lizardman? I think so. Is Gojira just doing a Lizardman tournament right now? I don't know what else he did. Might just be. Yeah, Bujalisha seems to be playing on Vampire Counts. He's switching his banners right now. Oh, Goji picked. Okay. Goji picked Lizardman, Zinch, Greenskins, Band, Grand Cathay, Dark Elves, Empire. Bujalisha's bans Greenskins and picks Vampire Counts. Now we're just waiting for Goji to pick between Lizardman and Zinch. I'm guessing he's gonna go with Lizardman. Yeah, yeah, he's going with Lizardman. It seems like. Yeah, thanks for telling me because I kind of like to know what people were banning and what's being picked. Knowing what's banned is very, very educational for not only people who don't play in these tournaments, or rather haven't played in these tournaments yet, and then for people who aren't up to date on what's ban worthy. Now for the legitimate vampire counts, I think yeah we just saw this. Though that lizardman build is a little off meta just because of that just because of some of those picks, especially with the Quaxu ROR. And I'm honestly not even sure about the vamp. Yeah, the vampire counts army was okay. It was what I'd expect, I think, against Lizardman. I just gotta see what those Euros bring in. And what I'm seeing right now is actually maybe probably what I would bring. So maybe he's reading my mind right now. Maybe he's a true Lizardman main. I just haven't kept up with what he plays. The Vampire Coast, though, what do we got? I see. Okay. Alright, we get that blocker down. We're gonna be having Mazda Mundi with my Dread Saurian Shredder of Lustry ROR. Yay, baby, let's go. With Rev Crystal, and I'm guessing Apothecary on Mazda. And then we have the ROR Temple Guard. Oh yeah. With Kemmler. Kemmler against Kemmler. Alright, Kemmler, what's he got here? Got Krell, of course. Gotta bring Krell with him. Cloak of Mist and Shadows, Undeath Resurgent, whatever it's called. Resurgent. Race Dead, and Invocation, of course, with the Chaos Tomb Blade. What else do we got? Bellfire and a normal Kelp cart, yeah, let's have a Kelp cart. Cryptors, 3 Cryptors, and then we have the Devils of Schwarzhofen. ROR guys, love these guys. Great AP values. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's, 70 freaking AP. Nuts unit. You just charge them in, do a tremendous amount of damage, pull them back out. All you gotta do. That 10 armor and that 32 melee defense, not for sitting in combat. FY for the VC mains. Don't know that. I've seen too many Devils of Schwarzhofen get annihilated just fighting chaff. Being stuck in chaff. Stearnsman. ROR Graveguard, as you know, as we saw in the previous games. Great infantry killer. Will beat up Saurus slowly but surely. A great weapon. Another great Saurus killer. And then a front line of zombies. Oh, and of course the Varix Reavers again. They must really like the Varix Reavers, because again, I'd never ever see them, and this is today I've seen them twice by the same player. Shredder of Lustria, Dread Saurian ROR, as you know, is the best unit in the game. Just awesome. They have Dread Aversion, -8 leadership on any enemies around them. Great stats all around, and we have Mazda on his mount. What is it? Something lock? Something? Yeah, I don't remember what his mount is called. Net of Amnatok, Apotheosis, Ruination of Cities, Banishment, and Shield of the Old Ones. Now, we have the Star Chamber Guardians, Temple Guard ROR. It's just gonna be a Lizardman box. That's all. What do I even need to call any of this out? It's a Lizardman Dread Saurian box. You kill the healing, Lizardman lose. That's what you got here. But imagine trying to get to Mazda with the Dread Saurian just whooping your butt. What are you gonna do? I mean, it's possible. Not against me, but possible. Yeah. I'm sure Gojira is a better Lizardman player than me. I know quite a few better Lizardman players than I am. But the box is good. The box is great, especially against factions who don't have missiles. I was gonna say the Devils of Schwarzhofen don't have great picks, unfortunately. I mean, they're gonna be able to do a bit of damage if they land on like the Bastillodon, but I mean the Star Chamber Guardian are gonna be protecting them, so yeah, not great. Yeah, we're just gonna have a little posturing back and forth. Why is my night light turning on? Excuse me, 1 second. There we go. Turning my screen all orange. We have Zombie Summon, I'm guessing. Yeah, Zombie Summon on top of these Star Chamber Guardians. Which, I mean, if anything, the zombies, of course, always being the answer for vampire counts, is going to help tire out all this Saurus, which is, you know, important for the late game. And Saurian just gonna chew on some zombies, you know. Bit of lag going on. We're gonna have a charge from the Devil's Sword Top, and a nice, relatively okay charge actually for what they've done. But unfortunately for them, the Net Vamtok is going to cast on top of them, and the Star Chamber Guardians are going to get them. Yeah, I love that. Love that. Love when the Net Vamtok goes off on a flying unit that's landed, and then they bug out and start flying up and down again. Yep, classic Total Warhammer. Nonetheless, they are still going to be taking a bit of damage from the Solar Spears because they can't move. And an invocation of Mehek is going to be thrown on top of them, though. However, they still lose some models, which is good for the Elysian player. Dreadsaurian is surrounded by Cryptors. Unfortunately, at the moment, they're trying to pass through, but might as well just stick and fight at this point. You're not going to get him out. Just stick and fight. He's going to be taking damage the entire time while he's trying to be pulled out, and his Cryptors are making it really, really hard for him. At least, I guess, he's trying to get him close to the Sword Spears, which will help, but Mazdamundi's coming over, so maybe Dreadsaurian will be okay. Still on throwing a heal, or yeah, actually the heal and the apotheosis on top of these Sword Spears. While these get recharged by the Varix Reavers, but they're not really going to do a whole lot. They do a tiny bit of damage, but here comes the Dreadsaurian. Gonna chew on some Varix Reavers. Yeah. Need to lower that volume down, buddy, because it's very loud. Sorry about that, guys. We're gonna, I'm guessing, a banishment on top of these zombies. Help deal with some of that chaff. Yeah. Yeah, the zombies are gonna be torn apart by that banishment. Shredder coming after them. Varix Reaver's booty, but Cryptors are gonna stop him in his track, and he's gonna have to turn it back around. It's just a big old blob fight, guys. What do you guys want me to say, really? There's not a whole lot to talk about here. Shredder is Shredder's doing okay. He's just chewing on some undead. Apotheosis are on top of these Sword Spears, keeping him in the fight. These Sword Spears have luckily been terrified. Wow. I'm guessing from all the Cryptors. These corpse carts do need to be dealt with. However, those we're talking are back. They only have 5 models, and they are nearing their hero cap, so it's not too bad. They're not really a big deal anymore. But yeah, these corpse carts need to be dealt with. Specifically, the Balefire one, corpse cart one, is an issue, but not that huge of one. As Cryptors are being brought back in, they've regained any HP that they've lost and their models. Star Chamber Guardians are unfortunately about half HP. Probably need to be healed up. But actually a heal is going to be thrown on top of these Sword Spears, bringing them up. They only have 57 models though. They might be able to come back, but they are being attacked on their way out, unfortunately. Now the question is, are the Star Chamber Guardians and the Shredder enough? There's a lot of Cryptors here. The corpse cards have not been dealt with. There's still plenty of zombie summons to come. Yes, the zombies will crumble eventually, but I don't know. There's still the Cryptors. Banishment thrown on top of these zombies. There's all these, that is a thing. Lord Mazda still has all of his bound spells, at least he's one on the Ruination, and then he has one on Banishment, so he still has a bit of damage left to put out, and chaff to clear. So it's not spelling doom yet. Not that I'm spelling doom for the Lisbon player, they always win. Always win their matches. Brother, how you doing, buddy? 107 kills, 900 value. You know, okay, I guess you haven't been exactly chewing through great targets at the moment. Big banishment thrown on top of these zombies should be able to clear out most of that. Same with the Shrek. Same with the Stearnsman if the Lisbon player is lucky enough. Though it's mostly gonna stay around the monstrous infantry, unfortunately. It is gonna get into the Graveguard with great weapons, which is good. But yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, hits him in the crumbling status. Will that be enough to finish them off? They only have 77 models. They're crumbling really quickly. Might be able to, they might be able to come back though with the health healing from the corpse cards. What is this? A invocation on top of the Devil's Workshop, or is it on top of the Grave Guard? Where did it go? Was it the Crypt Horse? Yeah, it was the Crypt Horse. Yeah, so while they're fighting the Shredder, they're going to be able to heal a little bit. Yeah, there's just so much freaking chaff here. So many Crypt Horrors left. Barracks Reavers have been just running over and finishing off any Sword Spears that run away. AD. Yeah, just a good old Lizardman box. What's Mazda Muddy at right now? 251 kills with 1900 value. Yeah, not bad. And I think he has one banishment left, right? Or no? Yeah, one banishment still. One ruination round, rather. With 2 Cryptors left. Infantry for the Vampire Guns players mostly gone, aside from the Sternsman and the Grave Guard. These zombies are going to start, a lot of them are going to start crumbling, being finished off. The Shredder is exhausted. Fortunately, nothing to regen their vigor. But there is another Revivification Crystal thrown on top of the Shredder. Very nice. Well, at least, even if the corpse cards haven't been dealt with, the Rev Crystal has been able to use a few of its charges. So, though it is being routed off with 3 left, unfortunately. Which is not great, and Mazda is very low. You do have an Apotheosis thrown on top of him, but as soon as Mazda starts to rout, or gets close to routing, then it's gonna spell doom. Because the Shredder will stick around for quite a while. It's just how long can Mazda stick around. And Kemmler is just stabbing him in the butt very, very often. Is he gonna get another hit in there? Yeah, another hit in there. Bring them down to 2200. I would have Shredder kind of probably pick at Kemmler right now. I don't think it's possible. There's just so much stuff that the Shredder has to deal with. He can easily get distracted by any one of these models and start attacking those instead. So, easier said than done. But yeah, Mazda is going to start routing, and that's probably going to spell an L for the Lizardman. Yeah, there we go. There goes army losses. Unfortunately, the Lizard box fails. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I call heresy. I call some rigging. Maybe Gojira got paid off here by Bootylicious. Something happened here. It's not right. 226 kills on the Star Chamber Guardians. They have 2400 value. Love that for me. 1800 value on the Shredder. 2700 value on Mazda, you know. 700 blah blah, 800 value here. Yeah, just spread out value throughout all of Vampire counts. His army. 1300 value here on these Cryptors. Very nice. Graveguard with great weapons did fairly well. 1100 value on this one. Yeah, now we head into the finals. Actually, it might have been possible that Bootylicious was hosting anyways, so I might not have needed to leave that lobby. Or maybe human. I'm guessing humans is. We'll see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here's the new code. Throw the blocker back up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I joined. Oops. I meant to do spectator slot. My bad. Oopsie doopsies. Happens to the best of us. Do, 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 do. There we go. And this is the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. So to give a rundown on the bracket again really quickly. Yeah, let me do let's see, browser capture. Yeah, that worked. Definitely worked. Where's Edge at? To give you a rundown on the tournament, we had Human Boy against Kaiju. He advanced. The Umbrella advanced. Who beat Pigman? Who beat Phoenix King? I wonder what that match was like. Vizira beat Rainy Frog, who then beat Gotrek, advancing to fight against John. Pugilusis beat Ian Zero, went on to fight KDW. From there, we had Human Boy beat Pigman, and then fight Ryder. The Skaven overwhelmed the High Elves, and now they are in the grand finals. Gojira, beating John, fought against Pugilusis. As you just know, the Lizardman box unfortunately failed to some technical difficulties. Clearly, something happened there. But nonetheless, the Vampire Counts came out victorious, and now Bouge is up against Hummus. I don't know why they call him Hummus. I'm just joining in on it. But Human Boy against Bouge in the grand finals. Maps again for those who weren't here. Doc Perez, River of Amazon, and Sword of Torgold. Now, for the picks and bans, we have Human Boy was the first slot, so he picked Skaven, Dowie, and Tomb Kings. Is Dowie? Yeah, I'm guessing. I think Dowie is DW. Dowie and TK ban Bretonnia and Grand Cathay. For Bouge, he banned Skaven, of course. Kind of rude. I don't know why you'd ban Skaven. Not like, whatever, man. Rude. And they're picking Empire. Revolting. Human Boy, on the other hand, is picking Dwarfs. I didn't. Dwarves, huh? I thought he just threw it in there as like a troll factor or as just a troll pick. I didn't know he was actually going to go with Dowie. Nonetheless, we have Dowie against the Empire. Should be interesting. Let's see. Is it? Yeah. Let me switch to here. Off browser capture, turn on the blocker, and there we go. You've heard it, folks. Human on Dowie. Dowie in the finals. Let's go. Dowie haters, you can suck it. Dowie are in the finals. Okay. I like your army human. What about Boosh? Yeah. We got. Okay. I like it. I love it. Not sure about it. Um, let's just say this should be an interesting match. If this is what the final build is actually going to be like. Oh, Human Boy Unready. Is he making the modifications? He is. Very deadly modifications. He's bringing an army full of Gotreks. One second, boys. I just gotta go to the restroom real quick. Right into it. All right. Sorry about that. Let's. All right. For the dwarven side, we have Belagar with 1, 2, 3 quarrelers. Is it the all quarrelers? Yeah. And then 2 thunderers, 3 cannons, dwarf warriors with great weapons, another thunderer in the back, and then a bunch of miners with blasting charges, and then longbeards with great weapons. Super fun not to see Thoric. Yeah, anyways, Empire. A bunch of freaking Hellstorm rocket batteries. As you can see, one being the ROR, 2 normal versions, and which honestly, fantastic choice because they're going to be getting rid of all those freaking miners and their damnable blasting charges. We're going to have Gelt because he hates dwarves, Searing Doom with Final Trans, and Staff of Volans. Now, we have 3 Empire Knights with a cav, some Empire Swordsmen up front, a few crossbowmen, and then some silver bullets. Yeah, Chadmire Belagar, extremely respectable. Belagar's awesome. Not bringing freaking Thoric is just so incredibly respectable. Human boy has my heart. Some shots in from the quarrelers into Gelt just to, tell him to buzz off. He's on Dowie land. Those cannons are being eviscerated by the Hellstorm, but just the one that's shooting them. These dwarf warriors are also taking a bit of damage, so they need to be pushed, maybe pulled back or relieved. I'm not sure. But these quarrelers are also taking some damage from the Hellstorm. But these Thunderers are going to get some very nice shots into the Empire Knights. Kill off a few models. We're going to see a Searing Doom thrown on top of them. Does Human Boy notice? I don't think it's going to be possible anymore at this point to dodge. Yep, and it's going to be a really nice Searing Doom. These Thunderers as well. Though they have a bit of an issue with this little arc here. They can still shoot, but they're not able to shoot to their full capabilities, but they're still picking off some nice Empire Knight models. These Empire Knights are going to charge into these miners, get some damage done in, but pull out, or attempt to pull out practically immediately. Blasting charges thrown in. Wow, the swordsmen are gone. Poor swordsmen. they're trying their best for the Empire. These blasting charges are going to be thrown into the crossbowmen. Hopefully they can get away before it's too late. No! And the crossbowmen are eviscerated. Yeah, those crossbowmen are gone. Same with these swordsmen. Rough. These Empire Knights, no matter what they do, they're going to have two Thunderers shooting in at them, so they're going to have a really, really bad time. But they're going to get a nice charge into these Dwarf Warriors. Not going to rout them or do a tremendous amount of damage because they don't have great AP, but still. I think a Searing Doom was thrown on top of these Quarrelers. Does some really good damage. But it will bring these Dwarf Warriors with great weapons up. Though I say that, these Empire Knights are wreaking havoc and have gotten onto these Thunderers, only getting 8 kills. Unfortunately, they have been taken out. Same with these Quarrelers are going to be routing here soon, thanks to the help of Gelt and these Empire Knights. These Quarrelers are unfortunately going to be, or rather, are there right now being fired upon by the silver bullets, but they're going to be collapsed upon by these Longbeards if these halberds can't make it in time, which I believe they won't be. But in the meanwhile, they're doing fantastic damage in those Quarrelers, getting them out the field. Same with these Helmstorm rocket batteries. Actually, the Helmstorm is targeting the other Quarrelers. I'm not sure if they were targeting these before, but now they're targeting this one. These Thunderers have done some decent damage to these Emperor Knights. They are being... I don't know how they're shooting over these other Quarrelers right now. These Thunderers right now, rather, but nonetheless, they have been shooting over them into these Helmstorm. Now are shooting into the Empire Knights as they run over their brethren and are going to be getting into the cookie jar and get on top of these Thunderers too. Issue is that they've turned around. They're getting a little bit stuck on these Thunderers and are still being shot at, but luckily a few models have gotten into these Thunderers, stopping them from shooting. These Hellstorms are doing tremendous amounts of damage. The Dowie front line is falling apart, same with their range units. These Hellstorms are an absolute freaking menace. How many kills does this one have? 64, 728 value. This one, though, the Stormmaker, Sunmaker, has 1400 value. But it is finally offline. These two are still up, unfortunately, with all their models and quite a bit of ammunition left. Belagar is trying his best here, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much work. Yeah, the Dwarven front line is being picked apart. The cannons just, unfortunately, have not been able to do... Actually, I don't even know if they were targeting the Hellstorms. Nonetheless, they are targeting these Empire Knights. And these Empire Knights are not probably going to make it before they get a few more cannon shots in. Actually, are they? Can we get a cannon shot in? Can we see some Empire Knights fall? They are going to rout probably before we get to them because of the Dwarf Warriors. And I say that, and they're stalwart. They get to it. That is the Empire's greatest there. The Empire's finest. Belagar, he's trying his best. Dwarf Warriors finally are going to get to these swordsmen. Some of these Quarrelers are still up shooting at these Empire Knights. In the meanwhile, these Dwarven Warriors are going to try to chase them off after they've gotten rid of these Quarrelers. After the Empire Knights have gotten rid of those Quarrelers. But, you know, Dwarf Warriors aren't exactly fast. Don't tell them I said that. Direct cannon shot straight into them, getting this last samurai. Are they going to rout? Nope. Empire finest, ladies and gentlemen. They get into the artillery crew. But they'll rout eventually because they aren't superhuman. They're just the Empire's greatest. They get into Gelt is getting into the Quarrelers here. I'm going to kill a few models, maybe rout them off. Meanwhile, this Hellstorm is still firing into the Thunderers. Misses that volley completely. Same with this one. They maybe got a little bit of slash damage there, but practically did nothing. Are these Thunderers going to be able to fire into Gelt before they get eviscerated by that Hailstorm? Come on, just get one volley in. One freaking volley in. There we go. A volley, please. Hello. Thank you very much. Nope. Nothing. Gelt was just going to get in there. That cookie jar scot-free. Damage-free. Swordsman finished off these warriors. These Longbeards are going to finally finish off these halberds, but they've taken a lot of damage in the meantime. Not going to live much longer. This Hellstorm is still operating because of these halberds basically surrounding them and Dwarven infantry not able to get on top of them. Again, Belagar's trying his hardest. He has 64 kills, 725 value. He's done his best. We still have 2 cannons online, but I mean, how many great targets do we have? They can still shoot at Gelt, but he's just so fast, man. He's 105 speed, and he's like the smallest target in the world. He's just a little freaking pest. In the meanwhile, some Quarrelers are still up. 84 models shooting in. This Hellstorm finally goes offline with only 1 freaking artillery model left. What about the other one? How's it faring? It still has 4 models, 2 more freaking volleys left. I mean, to be fair, once this one finishes his last volley, what does the Empire have left? They have 1 swordsman, 1 crossbowman, and these halberdiers, really. So the Dawi Tide, they're gonna sustain. They're gonna live through this. Through all this freaking artillery havoc by the Empire side. These Thunders are gonna be shooting in. Trying to get some damage on these swordsmen, get them off the field. But, let me see. They still have plenty of ammunition. The issue is... Yeah, no, the rocket battery is not able to finish them off. The entire time they've just been shooting at these Thunderers and not able to finish them off. That is just Dawi fortitude there. Holding strong, dodging those rockets. How would these halberds... Can they kill Belagar? He has 60 melee defense. I mean, it's possible. What is Belagar doing there? He's just hanging out. He's literally not even attacking. Okay, there we go. Finally gets a hit in and doesn't even kill an Empire soldier. Because, again, they're just as they have just as much fortitude as a Dawi. Empire's finest, baby. But yeah, that goes to the Dawi. What looked very scary in the beginning from all those rocket batteries turns out to be a Dawi win. Big respect The freaking Belagar Dowie Tide. I love that. The cannons did fairly well as well. 900 value here, 700 value on this one. Not so great, but 1,000 value on this one. And they were mostly just shooting at Empire Cav, which is, I believe so, at least. I wasn't on top of them the entire game, so I don't. Maybe they switched targets at times, but they did fairly well shooting at the Empire Knights. Getting those Empire Knights off the field is very, very important when you don't have any Slayers. So, because the Thunderers, as you can see, they were constantly being hit by these Empire Knights. Same with the Quarters as well. If they weren't targeted and killed off, then the Dawi range would have been torn to pieces. I mean, to be fair, again, the Empire Knights don't have great AP, but I believe Quarters don't have that much armor. And I don't think Thunderers do either. Maybe they do, but even then, their melee defense is low enough to the point where it doesn't really matter. On the other hand, as you saw, the Empire Knights charging into Dwarven warriors with great weapons and Longbeards, they didn't do as well. I mean, to be fair, certain things matter when it comes to the charge, like the land that they're charging on. Are they on a hill? Are they charging them from the side? Are they charging them from the back, etc.? So they might have having great examples there. They might do better in certain areas that I didn't notice. So, nonetheless, let's look at the value. 300 value only on the silver bullets, unfortunately. 1,400 value on the Sunmaker. 800 here. 1,500 on this one. I'm guessing this is the one that was actually hitting the Thunderers and Quarrelers. Gelt, how do you do? 900 value. 500, 300. Everything did okay. Nothing too spectacular. 1,000 value on Chad Belagar. Oh yeah, that's incredible. 500 value on the Longbeards. Moderate value on everything else. Of course, the my blasting charges just eviscerated the front line of the Empire. That was a fun game. Love that. Oh, so he was targeting the Hellstorms because he posted in the chat 3 cannons did nothing to Hellstorms, and to be fair, yeah, because I feel that the great cannons for the cannons for most factions besides the Grand Cathay cannons are just so freaking inaccurate when it comes to not super inaccurate, but rather it takes so long for them to kill any cannon models, any artillery models. To be fair, the Hellstorm has always been a problem like that. I don't know if it's just the Hellstorm being the Hellstorms, or if it's also the cannons just not being fantastic at sniping artillery models. Again, getting rid of the crew is also good, but when it comes to cannon infantry, or rather cannon infantry, what? Yeah, that makes sense. When it comes to cannon artillery, they're gonna do mostly like single target damage. It's not gonna collide through a lot of the crew, as opposed to something like a Hellstorm. When it targets an enemy artillery, it's gonna kill a lot of the crew most of the time because it has those widespread shots. So even if the Dwarven cannons were killing some of the artillery of the Hellstorms, it wasn't that influential. It wasn't doing that much. So smartly enough, he decided, let me target the Empire Knights instead, because they were a problem. So smartly enough, he switched, and look at that. It probably got him the win. Aside from a few things, of course, like Belagar just being a Chad, and the Hellstorm is just missing frequently on some Thunderers, weirdly enough. But yeah. And to be fair, also, yeah, like Human Boy mentioned, is that he kind of just kamikazed his Empire Knights into the cannons eventually. I mean, to be fair, and I'm not saying that's a bad choice, but also to be fair, like, if he didn't do that, then the cannons would have just been up the entire time, constantly shooting at them. So, but yeah, I guess at the same time, the Empire Knights could have also been used to constantly recharge the infantry. Up to debate how those Empire Knights could have been used there, if that was a smart choice or not. but it was a reasonable choice. And again, switching the cannons to firing at the Empire Knights, just a good choice. Now for picks and bans, Bouge picks Kislev, Zinch, and Chaos Dwarves, bans Skaven and Bretonia. Human Boy picks Tomb Kings and bans Kislev. Bouge going with Chaos Dwarves. Let's see. These armies are like. Human Boy is already ready up, but he seems to be changing a few things. And this is gonna be on No, River Amazon. And let's see what we got here. Last time I were up on a match stream was House Cat Park. Dom, that must have been so freaking Human Boy. Okay. I like one pick here from the Tomb Kings. Well, I mean, I like multiple picks here, but I like one specifically because it's kind of niche. That's all. Now on the other side, um, I like it. I like it. It's kind of cool. And there's one unit I don't see very often. All right. So we have DJ Katep against the Sorcerer Prophet of Fire. Katep is also bringing a Hero Sphinx, is what they're called. I don't remember. I don't ever see them anymore in Warhammer 3 because, you know, they're just not. I mean, I don't know if they're used often in land battles, but I never saw them ever in Dom because, again, as we know, the unfortunate change from large to ultra messed with some units and they weren't as great in the second game, or then the third game as they were in the second. Yeah, Necro Sphinx. There we go. I got it right. Look at me. I'm just a library of knowledge. We have Katep, DJ Katep with Cursed Blades, his Bound Sandstorm, and Righteous Smithing, along with the Lich Staff. For the rest of the armor, we have Sepulchral Stalkers, one being the ROI Eyes of the Desert, one of their best units. Fantastic unit, great missile strength, rather great missiles that they have. And then they also have Stalk, which means that they won't be visible until an enemy's close enough. Now, for the rest, we have the Necrosphinx, as I said. Eyes, the Chosen of the God, ROR, Ushapti Great Bows. We also have one other. Is it just the two? It's just the two, I think. And then some horsemen, Necrohar horsemen in the forest with a front line of skeleton spearmen and skeleton warriors. For the Chaos Dwarf side, we're going to have a Sorcerer Prophet of Fire on whatever that thing is, I forgot. On a thingy. Fireball with Burning Head. That's it, I think, yeah. Oh, and Chalice of Blood and Darkness, right, because of that regen. The rest of the army, Chaos Dwarves with Granite. Chaos Dwarves. Chaos Dwarves with the Granite Guard Blunderbuss and some Hobgoblin Archers. Is it just going to be the one Blunderbuss, or is it... Yeah, it's one Blunderbuss, and it's going to be the RWAR variant, and then the Hobgoblin Archers. 3 of them. And then we have some Orc Laborers up front. Yeah, that is it. Oh, we do have the Blazing Beards, the ROR Chaos Dwarf Warriors, who have... I think there's a base variant have flame resistance as well. Yeah, they just have a higher flame resistance, and then they have frenzy. We're gonna fireball shot at DJ Kathep. Maybe he'll be able to snipe him out. I think that's what the Chaos Dwarf player is gonna try to do this game. Right off the bat, we're gonna have the Chosen of the Gods firing at the Granite Guard, which is gonna be a great freaking choice for them. And then especially with the Incantation of Righteous Smithing, it's gonna make this very deadly for that ROR Blunderbuss unit. Orc Laborers are going to charge in to the Skeleton Spearmen. We're just going to have the front line engage in general. Eventually the Chaos Dwarf should be able to chop through the Skeleton Infantry, but it's not going to be super quick. They're not Infantry Slayers. Hobgoblin Archers should... Oh, I forgot the Infernal Guard Fire Glaives. Come on, guys. Come on. What the hell? Fire Glaives, yeah. They're going to be shooting into the Great Bows. The Great Bows need to be pulled back because those Fire Glaives are going to do quite a bit of damage. Unfortunate Burning Head. Either the it was just poorly placed, or rather not placed properly, or the Skeleton Spearman just dodged it quickly. Rather, Human Boy did. Nonetheless, Sepulchral Stalkers over here on this side are going to be... They're going to have any good targets to shoot in at? I don't think they are. I think they're going to be waiting for the Sorcerer Prophet. Oh, they actually get some decent shots into the Chaos Dwarf Warriors. That's not bad, I guess. They need to be pulled back, though, because otherwise these Hobgoblin Archers are just going to be raining fire upon them the entire time. Though, I say that, and the Knocker Horsemen have broken through their right side flank and are going to get on top of those Hobgoblin Archers. Sorcerer Prophet is coming in. Not sure what he's going to do. He's going to target Kathep. Not great. Kathep is left by himself. Sorcerer Prophet could whoop his butt, depending on if Kathep gets any help or not. Blazing Bears are going to be moving towards the Sepulchral Stalkers, I believe. But in the meanwhile, they're going to be taking shots from said Sepulchral Stalkers. Necro Horsemen... I didn't see the Oglakan's Wolf Boys. Man, I am not on my game today. The Wolf Boys have gotten around the flank, but the Necro Horsemen might be able to catch them. Nope, the Wolf Boys have much higher speed. Though with the charge speed, it might get them to catch up. I'm not entirely sure. Nonetheless, they're about to get sandwiched. Kathep has caught on to them, and yep, the Wolf Boys are going to be caught, and that is going to spell doom for them. Vocal Stalkers have been caught by the Blazing Beard as well. Chosen of the Gods are still fighting shooting into this Granite Guard. Even with the Granite Guard being fired upon, never mind. I was gonna say they still have gotten a value in, but no, they really haven't. What has the Necroswing been doing? They've gotten 20 kills, probably just fighting infantry. Really, they got us with Infernal Fire, Infernal Guard, either that or the shot they did. But nonetheless, they are gone. 500 value only, which sucks. Because now they have, what do they have to shoot against the Necroswings? What do they have to do? They deal with the Necroswing. Burning Head on top of these Skeleton Spearmen, gonna chew right through that infantry. Yep, the Skeleton Warriors and the Spearmen are gone. Very nice Burning Head. The Necroswings, yeah, are going to take care of those Hobgoblin Archers. Not a great infantry killer, but Hobgoblin Archers, they're just Hobgoblin Archers. They're not going to last very long against a monstrous infantry that has terror, or a monstrous unit that has terror. The Skeleton Warriors beat the Orc Laborers and start chasing them off. The Skeleton Spearmen are being routed at the moment, crumbling at the moment. Kathep falls. Oh no, I definitely missed that. I'm not sure if Sorcerer Prophet must have fireballed him, probably, but he is gone. He falls. DJ Kathep. No. What will the Tomb Kings do now with their DJ? Sepulchral Stalkers are getting some nice shots into the Chaos Dwarves, but now the Chaos Dwarves are into the cookie jar and they're going to get on top of the Chosen of the Gods, though they've gotten their value back. You don't want those 6 volleys to go to waste. You don't want the Chosen of the Gods, such a great unit, to go to waste. But the thing is, while they're being chased, they can set up a nice crossfire and get those nice AP shots into the Chaos Dwarves while they run away. Some shots in from the Shopti Great Bow towards the Granite Guard. Will it finally finish them off? I mean, my god, these guys are still here after being picked off. They have freaking 20 models left, and they're still up and about. They can put in a little work with 20 models, but nonetheless, there they go. They finally route Fireball Shot into the Sepulchral Stalkers. Does a little bit of damage. I'm not sure if it kills a model. I think it might have, because what otherwise would have killed that model? Yeah, but though the Sepulchral Stalkers have good AP missiles, they only have 16 models. It'll take a while to completely kill these Chaos Dwarf warriors, and even then, like, they have their shields up, and I don't think they're missile breaker. Yeah, their missiles are not missile breaker, but if they can hit one unit to focus on them and then another shooting to the side, ignoring those shields, they're gonna do a lot of damage very quickly. Oh my god, look at that. Yeah, that Chaos Dwarf is just getting sandwiched completely by these missiles. But I see that in the Chosen of the Gods are being caught onto, finally. So they're not able to fire anymore. They're just having to run back. Yeah, these poor Chaos Dwarfs are constantly having to chase one unit, chase another, chase one unit, and chase another, as they get shot by multiple different units. Yeah, the next Sphinx, like I said, it's not a great infantry killer. It is not its best. It is not at its best right now. It's not doing what the next Sphinx is there for. But unfortunately, I mean, it doesn't have any great options. There's no large targets really to deal with at the moment, which is quite unfortunate. Maybe if there were some bull centaurs, then they would have some good options, but unfortunately not really. And if they're just gonna have to sit around and get shot at, maybe they'll, considering the Sorcerer Prophet comes down, maybe the Necrosphinx will get hit in. We'll see. Ooh, nice. Yeah, it does get a hit in, but will it get another? Yes, it does. Unfortunately, though, the Sorcerer Prophet is going to be able to run away, and the Necrosphinx's job is... He loses his job again. He gets fired. He just has to sit idly by and just wait for the Sorcerer Prophet to do something. I mean, I guess he can constantly rear charge into the Chaos Dwarfs to try to get a terror route in, but look at their freaking leadership. Like, these got charged by him, and it did not really even matter. Like, not even a little bit. They ate from frightening. Wait, is it... Do they have frighten, or does they have terror? He has terror, so yeah. In terms of the overall battlefield, we don't really have much for the Tomb Kings left, honestly. There's just the 2 Sepulchral Stalkers, one be the ROR. These Shopti have been taken down. We do have the Necrosphinx, and then we have 1 unit of Necro Horsemen. Oh, we actually have another Shopti Grave, the Chosen of the Gods still up with 5 volleys. Another fireball shot in at the Eyes of the Desert. Is it going to hit? It does hit. It doesn't unfortunately kill off a model, but it does a little bit of damage. Yeah, this is hard to call here. I'm gonna have to guess that maybe it'll go on the Chaos Dwarf's flavor, but the issue is that, yeah, look at that. If the Chosen of the Gods aren't picked off, they're just gonna get those freaking shots in, doing substantial amounts of damage in the entire time. And they still have 4 volleys, which I guess I don't think is enough to finish off the Dawi Tide. So I'm probably correct here in guessing that the Chaos Dwarves round. Though the Tomb Kings player is scrapping back as much as possible. Necrosphinx, how's he doing on value? 900 value, not bad, not bad. At least the Necrosphinx being there means that the Sorcerer Prophet can't just drop down at any point and do whatever he wants. What is that? The breath attack? Yeah, it does a little bit of damage. Ooh, that is unfortunate though. That kind of cost him a bit of health there. Though, as we know, he has regen. When does that? How does that regen proc? Does it just... Oh, enabled if energy... So he's not regenning at all. Especially considering killing Katep has backfired in the sense that he can't regen. That's funny. Necro Horsemen are going to route out these Chaos Dwarfs. The Chaos Dwarf player is... This is quite unfortunate. Yeah, the Chaos Dwarfs are just going to constantly be skirmish cheesed. I mean, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but rather... these poor Dawi are just going to be constantly shot upon as they try to chase down these higher mobility units. Eyes of the Desert getting fired upon by these Hobgoblin archers. Chosen of the Gods. Still shooting in to... Still somehow shooting in, but that's, I think that's their final freaking volley. I thought the Dawi had this in the bag, but no, I was wrong. Just the amount of missiles, AP missiles left on all these freaking monstrous infantry is winning them the game. Yeah, there goes the army losses, procking. Oh boy. Yikes. I thought, wow. I thought the Dawi title was going to be too much, but no. I bite my tongue and, I bite my words and Human pulls it out with the win. Katep goes down and it doesn't matter. The Eyes of the Desert and the Chosen of the Gods keep it going. I'm not sure what killed the Fireglaves. I want to know what killed the Fireglaves. I'm guessing the Ushapti Grapos. Yeah, those guys were the answer to the Eyes of the Desert and Necrosphinx. I mean, even then, the Necrosphinx didn't really need much of an answer. But the rest of the constructs, they were the answer to it. And same with the Granite Guard got deleted. I say deleted, but it took quite a while for them to die. They were just losing models constantly. Yeah, unfortunately they got targeted 75 value, 781 value in the Fireglaves, 2,900 value on the Sorcerer Prophet. I mean, to be fair, those fireballs and that one burning head probably got him there pretty quickly. And then sniping Katep. Blazing Beards had a rough time. Some of the rest of the Chaos Dwarves. Goblin Archers did okay. Orc Laborers did alright as well. 1,200 value on the Eyes of the Desert. 1,600 on the Chosen of the Gods. And 1,296 on the other Sepulchral Stalkers. These guys did 1,500 value. I think... I'm not sure what these were targeting. I believe the Chosen of the Gods were the ones mostly targeting the Granite Guard. So maybe the other one was targeting the Fireglaves. That's where all that value came. And, of course, just general Chaos Dwarves who cost quite a bit. Tep had a terrible time, but his team clutched it for him. 1,000 value on the Necrosphinx somehow. I'm not sure where he got that from. Probably from just fighting Chaos Dwarves. I have no idea. But great match. Great finals overall. That tournament is gonna go in the hands of Human Boy. Very nice. That was very fun casting. Another tournament again for the first time in a long time. Yeah, Booch was posting in the posted that kind of makes me not want to take the heal item. Yeah, that's really really rough because like it's a you have an opportunity to take out your opponent's lord, and you don't take it because you have an item that heals you while that lord is up and casting, which could spell your loss. It's a really hard trade. I mean, of course, there's times that where your enemy could take a separate lord and caster, which is more frequent. But in the case that your opponent takes a caster lord and just a caster lord, if you have that item, you either have to decide, I'm going to let that caster sit there and just get free damage, so I can heal my lord, or I take him out and then make my item that I spent money on, gold on, useless. Yeah, I just unfortunate. Oh yeah, good job, Human. Great win by you. Really, really unfortunate. Um, there for Booge with that item, and his poor Granite Guard got shredded to pieces. I was thinking of maybe casting some of the replays some of the people sent me, but I'm thinking maybe I'll just do videos of them. Already been 2.5 hour stream. I could do one. I do kind of want to see this Ancient Empire, but no, maybe I'll just end it there and cast the rest in a replay or something. Video. Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for letting me stream your games. Appreciate it. Leeching off your content. But yeah, good tournament. Hopefully I can cast the next one, or hopefully I can cast another one again soon. Thanks guys for hanging out, and good job again to Human for that win, and good job to everyone for playing, for everybody's efforts. See you guys next time.